I hit the record button. And we're live.
Yeah, we could have been live before, but
Should have been live an hour ago.
We had a tremendous 10-minute conversation about Cheers.
We're fucking Cheers and Frasier, man. This is bullshit.
And Perfect Strangers.
And Perfect Strangers. We lost all of it. We didn't get any of that on tape.
Hit record.
On tape.
On tape. I still use on tape.
That's hilarious.
I do. I still use it. But what do you guys call it though? Like if something's recorded, what do you call it?
Yeah, no, it's on tape.
It's on tape, right? I mean, what else do you say?
Or you do, like, if you're watching a bunch of, like, you're doing tape study.
Yeah, you're doing tape. You're still you're recording it. I mean, there's not a physical cassette tape.
Like, I'm gonna watch a bunch of matches with Mike Chioda as referee. I'm doing tape study.
Chioda. I always loved how Chioda was spelled. Isn't it like Choida?
Yeah.
Choida?
Choida?
What kind of name is Chioda? Sounds Japanese.
Kind of does.
Right? It has like a Japanese sound, like Michael Chioda. Like it sounds like sounds like a villain.
I know nothing about him, like where he's from or anything.
Yeah, no.
I just know he's a fucking fantastic referee.
Mike Chioda. I'm gonna look this up right now. I'm curious where the hell this son of a bitch is from. Mike Chioda. He's from New Jersey.
New Jersey?
You know who he was trained by? Joey Morella. You should know who Joey Morella is, Nate.
I do know who Joey Morella is.
Oh,
He's Gino Morella's son.
Gino Morella's son, who died in a car accident, Joey Morella. That's it.
Did he?
Yeah, Joey Morella died in a car accident on the way to a show.
He was also a fantastic referee.
Joey was a good referee, actually. I thought he was.
And I feel like he and Shane McMahon in a powder blue shirt with a bow tie look exactly the same.
100%. 100%. What I found out though, Joey Morella was Gino Morella's adopted son. Was not his.
Yeah.
Was not his birth son.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
Yeah, it sucks. He was young, man. Died at 31 years old.
Wow. So young.
Super young. It's what was it? He was best friends with Bruno Lauer. You know, Bruno Lauer is Harvey Whippleman.
Yes, he is.
He was in the car with him. That's when he was there. That sucks. That's really pretty sad.
Fuck.
But we really brought the mood down with that one. Whoa. Okay. We started off hot talking about Cheers.
I don't want to record anymore.
Yeah. Soured that one, man. Shit. Well, I guess I need a better setup before I go into my intro, guys. So we're gonna have to let's go back to Frasier. Let's go Cheers and Frasier. Can we talk about
Strangers?
Perfect Strangers, yeah. A great shit. It still holds up.
I'm rewatching Nip Tuck right now.
Nip Tuck. Nate, what are you watching right now? I need some kind of word to break this off into an intro, man. Give me something, Nate. Come on.
I watch a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
No,
wrestling's boring, man.
I'm watching a bunch of different stuff. When I get time, I've been going through some Simpsons episodes lately. But in terms of like serial, like watching because I'll skip around to whatever. I'll be like, I'll start a random episode in season 5 of The Simpsons. But I've got to finish The Good Place, which I never finished before.
I actually just finished that up because the series finale just happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I started it super late, and my brother keeps getting on me to finish it, and I just watch a lot of wrestling. But I also just randomly started watching Schitt's Creek, which I didn't give a fuck about before, and now I think is like the greatest show of all time.
Isn't it hilarious how it was Impact was a lead-in or it was the other way around for Schitt's Creek on Pop TV, and then like it was this whole thing about Schitt's Creek, and it's like that sounds stupid, and then like people started watching it and it became huge.
What's Schitt's Creek?
So Schitt's Creek, I thought it was something stupid like some sort of like blue collar comedy tour thing.
It was on Pop TV.
I never gave it a chance. But Schitt's Creek is it's Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy and their children, and they are super, super rich, and then all of a sudden they're not. And the only asset that was given to them like the only asset that they were able to keep was a town that they had drunkenly purchased one night, called Schitt's Creek, and it's a super shitty, backward ass town, and they're forced to live in it, and it's super hilarious and very well written.
Here was the thing with that show. Impact was a lead-in for it on Pop TV. It was like immediately start when Impact would finish, and this is when they were on Pop, they were still drawing like 200K, on average, let's say. And like Pop was a nothing channel. Nobody knew Schitt's Creek, but apparently, because Impact was plugging what they were saying was getting decent runoff from Impact. Like it was just like the rating would stay off of Impact, some of it. So people started taking notice of the show, and it started kind of getting more and more buzz here and there. Dude, before you know it, this went from like being a Pop TV like show that followed a wrestling show into a fucking show that's winning like Emmys. It's insane. Yeah. Like it like became this giant thing out of nowhere.
I'm like looking it up on IMDb right now. Ooh, it's got an 8.3. That's not bad.
It's supposed to be like one of the best shows.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out after I'm done with this run with Nip Tuck again. I'm getting into the Carver episodes.
Speaking of getting into things, boys.
Do it.
Welcome back to the Backstage Boys podcast, episode number 61. This is Trent, my co-host,
Basil,
and my other co-host.
Oh, I'm a co-host now? Hey guys, I'm Nate.
Yeah, basically, Nate. What the fuck? At this point, what the hell? I guess you are.
Nate's our lovely third wheel.
Yeah, man.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So what's happening, boys? How's it going? It's a Wednesday night. It's cold.
That's all right. I'm just trying to find a place to fucking park.
Nate lives in the city, meaning he does not have a parking spot.
Oh, that's right. And it's 11:30 on a weekday, so have fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, Nate. You're in a whole new neck of the woods, so your parking is shittier now.
Yeah, it is actually, and we got a sticker so that we could park in a better spot, but it's there's construction on it, so.
Oof.
Terrible.
Yeah, don't miss that.
I got screwed today, boys, on my city sticker. You guys want to hear a story before we talk about wrestling stuff?
Let's go.
Sure do.
So yesterday I'm out with some buddies. My buddy looks at my windshield and he's like, "Oh, your city sticker's coming up on the end of the month." I'm like, "Oh shit, I didn't get that thing in the mail." I'm like, maybe they don't send it every time. So I go online to buy it today. Put my info in and it says there's no record of this car. I'm like, huh. I call the number. I call the helpline. And the lady's like, "All right, give me your info." And she's like, I give it to her. She's like, "There's no record of this car." I'm like, "I have a sticker. I have a car." And she's like, "I don't have any record of it." And I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, so here's the thing. I bought a new car last year without trade-in. I had just bought the city sticker for the old one. And then they wrapped up the whole sale, they're like, "Oh, we transferred the sticker. It's in the car. We already put it in the windshield for it. We transferred and everything." So I tell her that. She goes, "Well, they didn't register it." I'm like,
"Oh, shit."
I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "They're supposed to." She's like, "That's on you actually to register. It's like a $5 transfer fee." I'm like, "Are you serious?"
How much?
$5 to transfer.
Oh, I thought you said 500 for a second. I was like, "Whoa."
No. So I'm like, she's like, "What they did was illegal, and you've been driving on an illegal sticker for a year."
Jesus,
what the fuck?
Dude.
Right. So I'm lucky I didn't get a parking ticket this whole time, right?
You're
and
lucky
I'm like,
you didn't get over.
Dude, yeah. So I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, so what do I do? I'm like, can I still go buy at the currency exchange? I'm like, with a late fee. And she goes, yeah. He goes, she'll probably charge you a 6-month penalty. And she goes, it's so, oh my God. She goes, it's so wrong. Like, it's so illegal. So she starts throwing the words illegal out there, right? And she's like, you should come to the city clerk's office. I'm like, you said illegal. I don't want to go to a government office now. So I call the currency exchange, and I go, "Hey man, this is the deal. Can I come get my sticker?" The girl's like, "Yeah, it's a $60 late fee. Let's try to get around it. Just come on and we'll figure it out." I get in there. So now, like, not only can I not beat the $60, because that's like the guy's like, "There's no way I can get around the $60." Not only can I not beat the $60, I only get validity of my sticker until October because I was late. So I only get 8 months. I have to pay for 12 months, and I only get 8 months of sticker.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah, because when you get a new car, your registration's supposed to restart when you get that car. That's what happened with mine. Because did you transfer your tags?
Yeah, I got new plates. Plates were
Okay,
new.
yeah. See, when you get new plates, you have to get new registration.
Dude, it sucks. I was like, but I still can't figure out why I bought the car in April, and they're only letting me get till October. So I bought a March thing, whatever, and I don't know. It's weird. So he's like,
Yeah.
it's like I guess they're backdating it.
And they don't send out notices anymore.
I know. What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
So weird.
They try to get you on that.
Yeah, I got screwed, boys. I got screwed by the city, and then I go.
They usually find a way to do that.
Yeah, and my plate's up next month. I go, should I renew my plate? And the guy, I'm like, how much is it? He goes, $153. I'm like, it went up. He's like, yeah, they raised it by $50 that January 1st. I'm like, fuck this town, man. What the hell is this shit? Unreal.
We should all just move.
Should move. Like,
hey, I moved out of the burbs.
No, we should all just like move our state.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Are you still looking for parking?
Yep.
See,
Jesus.
Look at that. That exactly right there.
Yeah, I don't miss that at all. Look, I'm glad that when I go home, I know I have a parking spot.
Sucks, Nate. I'm with you. Let's get the
Hell,
fuck out.
even when you guys come to my place, you guys have a parking spot for sure.
It's true.
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here, man. This is absurd. We can't do this to ourselves.
Yeah. Well, we're 12 minutes in. Let's stop talking about parking spots.
People can relate. This is relatable content.
It's very relatable. I understand.
All right, boys, we're here, episode 61. There was some stuff going on this past week. We had some happenings. You know, Basil, you were at AEW all weekend doing that stuff. I got a little news I'm going to talk about. Nate was doing some interesting brushing up of some skills. We're going to talk about that. So let's dive in. Let's dive in.
Can you mute?
Yeah, why?
Because we can hear everything.
We hear you swearing.
Under my breath.
So pretty much.
Okay, bye.
I was going to talk to Nate, though. I want his opinion on things. But anyway,
yeah. Well, no, he's listening, so he'll talk when he needs it. He'll unmute. But just saying
I'll
for the
talk when I
dead,
need to.
Yeah, just saying for the
speak
dead
when you're
noise.
spoken to. Speak when you're spoken
He knows
to.
how to hit the
Speckman.
unmute button. He's been through this before.
He's been to this role before. All right, deal.
He's no
All
dummy.
right, man. So it was a busy week in Chicago. It was pay-per-view, C2E2 pay-per-view, and Basil, you were resuming some duties with AEW. Let's talk. How'd it go, man? We're not going to go through a rematch, obviously. There's no need for that, but just the experience. You kicked off things at C2E2, correct?
I did. So, parking at C2E2. Whew, well, we're talking about parking. This is nice and topical. Parking there's a bitch.
What do they charge nowadays?
$25 for the day.
$25. They did not comp your parking?
AEW comps it on my when I send my invoice, so we're good. Like I don't care. And then I kind of bent the system a little bit, so we'll talk about that in a moment. So yeah, the first day, I get there at like 11, and so I'm driving around. I'm trying to find a parking spot, and then I go up to the dude. I'm like, "Hey man, I'm working the show," and he goes, "Are you?" And then that AEW pass, holy shit. My AEW pass has helped so much. I was like, yeah, dude, I'm working for AEW. Show him my pass. He lets me into the closed parking lot. I have to park all the way at the top of this garage in a spot that's not really a parking spot. Like, that's how packed this place was.
Jeez.
And then I am trying to find where, like, I felt like I walked 2 miles just to get to where I was needing to go. I couldn't find shit in this place because I've never been. I can't remember the last time I was at McCormick. It was a while ago. And then literally find the main stage panel for AEW probably 5 minutes before they go live. So I was cutting it really close. Yeah, I spent about an hour looking for parking and then finding the building within McCormick and then finding the spot where the where the main hall was at. So it's a big building. Get there. They do Cody, the Bucks, and Excalibur do this panel where Cody was covering the now infamous neck tattoo with a Young Bucks scarf, and I couldn't see it at first on the pictures because I saw it backstage slightly, and then we're taking pictures. Me and Speedy get back to the hotel room, and we're just like, fuck, we can see this tattoo. So we couldn't publish any of these pictures because we just didn't want the tattoo leaking. Some fans saw it because they were doing signings. So some people got really up close to Cody, and then they saw it. But it didn't leak out, luckily, because he just wanted the surprise to happen. But it was a good panel. It was fun. Ethan Page and Danhausen actually got shout outs by Cody on there. They talked about a potential video game for AEW. And then there were some like good jokes and stuff. You can find the whole thing on YouTube. I don't need to run down the whole thing. They put up the whole panel on YouTube for free, which is pretty dope. And then there was some signings and stuff like that. Then was by PWT. CM Punk was doing signings, and then went by another booth. Saw Tommy Dreamer, saw Monique, saw Raven, and then went back by the AEW thing. Just some more signings and stuff like that. That's all it really was all day on Friday. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Hung out with Speedy, hung out with Ricky Havlick. So
cool. Wait, before I say what I was going to say, is Nate still on mute? Nate, are you still looking for parking? This saga is continuing.
Is he looking for? We're going to see what ends first. Nate finding a parking spot, or this podcast?
Oh shit!
So I found a spot. I'm gonna just pick a spot that turns into a pay spot in the morning. But then when I parked, got out, and looked at the box, it was like, you don't have to worry about payment until 5 a.m. And I'm like, I'm not fucking waking up. Because I was like, I'll just get up and move my car if it's before 9. And I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that at 5 a.m.
No, you're not. You're not.
So, no, I'm not. So now I'm going to try to find another spot.
So you're still looking. The saga continues.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. I got an interesting phone call on Friday, Basil. You're responsible for this one.
Oh yeah.
I'm at work and I get a lot of spam calls, so I just ignore them, send them to voicemail. I get a phone call, Nashville, Tennessee. I'm like, spam, whatever. But this spam left a voicemail, and that voicemail, I go to listen to it, and it's from none other than Jerry Lynn. He's like, "Hey, it's Jerry Lynn, who I know Jerry. I know Jerry. I know Mike Freeland really well from their podcast. Like me and Mike Freeland are pretty good buddies, and I have not seen Jerry in many years, but we've never been phone pals. And I'm like, why does Jerry Lynn have my number? But all right, so like I'm listening. He's like, hey, where are you? We're here, for AEW. Where the hell? Get your butt down here. Where the hell you at? I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Why is Jerry Lynn telling me to come? Like what? So I call back. Get his voicemail. He calls me back, and then we proceed to have an amazing conversation. Which, Nate, I think I broke this down for you. It was 40% about pizza, 20% about AAW. Let's see what else. 20% about last time we saw each other, and then 10% about metal. It was so. I'm like, what in the world is this? Like, he's like, all right, man, we'll try. Definitely try to come down if you can. I'm like, oh, I'm stuck at work, which is funny because, like, looking back, it's literally walking distance from not walking, but it's a long walk from my work. I could see the McCormick place from my desk, but it was just funny. I was like 1997 me is like, what the fuck is like going on? Like Jerry, I was like the biggest Jerry Lynn mark ever, and even up until like 2006 when I met him at AAW in the Berwyn Eagles Club, and I was like, hey man, Jerry, you're like one of my favorite wrestlers, man. I'm like, you're one of my favorites of all time. And he looks me straight in the face. And he's like, I bet you say that to all the boys. And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Never told a wrestler they were my favorite after that. Never. Thanks, Jerry Lynn. But now that same guy is giving me a call going, hey, man, how you doing? What's new? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, what the fuck? Just random. Super random. And then I find out that Basil, because I text you, I'm like, did you give Jerry Lynn my phone number? And you're like, maybe. I was like, what the fuck is that? So very random.
Yeah, we always me and Jerry Lynn always have a good conversation every time we see each other. We catch up a little bit. And then
he's the nicest guy. He really is the nicest guy.
I love Jerry every time. And then I was like, yeah, Trent didn't want to come. He goes, why not? I'm like, because there's no Impact here. And he goes, oh, fuck him. So he's like, give me his number. I was like, I got you.
Right.
And then he calls, leaves the voicemail. You call back, and then I think I have a small, very, very small video clip. I don't know if I still have it.
Right. No, he's a good dude. Like I said, I know his podcast host really well, Mike Freeland from the Front Row Material podcast. It's great. So it's like, is that it?
Oh yeah, I thought I was taking a picture.
Yeah, I'm gonna record it.
And then and then you didn't pick up, and then that's when I stopped.
I'm gonna record it.
So yeah, and then I sent the selfie.
Yeah. Is Nate still looking for a parking spot? I'm gonna check in every 5 minutes here. Nathan, are we still looking for a spot in this fine city of ours? We lost him. He's gone.
No, you did.
Oh,
I'm here.
Still on.
Wait, it sounds like you parked.
So I parked, and then I went to the other pay box, and it says, I'll send you guys a picture. It says 5 a.m., but it also says 8 to whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what is it?
Is somebody really going to come around? And
Right. But it says no payment necessary until 3/5/2020 at 5 a.m. But then it says Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m.
What the fuck? This goddamn town. This son of a bitchin' town, man.
I have no idea what it means.
What does it mean?
Just go off the 8 a.m. I don't think honestly there's not going to be any cops at 5 a.m. They all come out at 8.
Like, we're gonna get them. All right, send them out, Scotty. Look, get those 5 a.m. folks. Damn. All right,
Also check on the app. Do you have the Park Chicago app?
Oh yeah, the app will tell you.
Or do you know what? Here, Nate, I have the app.
Oh, we're gonna do this live.
What's the zone number?
All right, here we go.
Oh shit. Where do I find that?
On the sign.
There should be a sign that has like a 6-digit zone number.
Oh man, we're doing this. We're doing this. We're doing this for Nate live.
Probably starts with like a 9, a 4, or a 6.
I want all the listeners at home to do this. There you go.
What is it?
Hang on, 49.
49.
498101.
All right, moment of truth, boys. Moment of truth.
Oh, it just says parking at this time violates rules or payment not required. Please see signage for details. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. All right, what does the sign say, Nate? Make a decision here now. Does the sign say 8 or does the sign say 5?
It says pay at box.
Oh god damn.
The box is confusing.
Oh god damn it. Well, you're done. Looks like you're getting a ticket.
Yeah, looks like I'm getting up at 5 in the morning.
Why did you move again? Why did you?
I don't know.
Why don't you just download the app and just set an alarm at 5?
Yeah.
Pay on the app and then go back to bed.
Nah, my wife says it's 8 a.m. and not 5 a.m. So
okay.
Text your wife here. Did she park there?
No, yeah, she's smarter about these things than I am.
All right, fair enough. Wife knows, smart lady. So it's 8 a.m. So you're okay. You'll be all right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna call it good, and then I'm gonna mute it and unmute it when I'm back in the apartment.
All right, sounds good. All right, Basil, you can keep talking about C2E2 experience.
Yeah, so C2E2 was fun. It was hilarious to see Hangman, because he kept. So I don't know if you know his gimmick right now, but he drinks a lot, and it's all shoot beer that he drinks. Like it's not like carbonated apple juice or anything like that. It's all beer that he's legit drinking. Uh, and then I was like, "Do you need me to get you another beer?" He's like, "No, man. I'm sure I'll get another beer." Like he's like, "I don't want to drink any extra beer on top of everything." I walk away. 5 seconds later, somebody brings him like a half, like a bottle of Jack Daniels, and then another fan brings him a beer immediately after.
Jesus.
He was just
Jesus.
like, he's just like, no more, no more. Because I mean, you're an athlete, you can't be drinking that much.
True. Very
Um,
true.
but yeah, that was good. And then, so I actually stayed in the hotel over the weekend, which was it made my life a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then dude, Revolution was dope. The building was Wintrust building is a really sick building, and then the stage was really cool. It was one of their best stages that they've had. Kind of looked like the full gear or the full gear stage, and then had like the interactive ramp where it would like change with depending on who was wrestling, and then they had the interactive bracelets. I don't know if you've seen those before
The ones that
for
you
the
scan.
fans.
You
No, no,
scan the
no.
bracelet.
No. So fans had these like light up bracelets, and it would change colors depending on what wrestler was coming out or what colors like their theme was. So
What?
during the national anthem, all the fans' bracelets were red, white, and blue.
Wait, so everybody got a bracelet?
Yeah, everybody on hard camera and to the right got a bracelet. Because
Interesting.
that's what you would see on TV, so it wouldn't make sense for behind it.
Hmm.
Um, and then so there was some like really cool parts. So like you know how the Terminator chant for like Kenny and Cage have the do 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 do, like you
Mm-hmm.
know that. So when that was happening, so I was by Brandon Cutler because he was recording for BTE, and then we see the Terminator chant happening in the ring. Kenny was pounding, and it was syncing with the fans' bracelets. So
Interesting.
the lights were going on and off in sync with the Terminator chant. And then when a wrestler won, their colors would light up on the bracelets and it would go in like rows. And it was like this flashing rotating light thing. It was so cool to see that. Like I know some other places have used it. I heard NXT used it before at Allstate. Um and like some other sports things, but it was really cool to see it for the first time live.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was really like that was it was a really cool aspect that like kind of added to everything.
That's
So,
really so like everybody on camera side got it, you're saying.
yeah, everybody on the camera side got it. Let me see if I can find um
Yeah, it's interesting.
yeah. I'm
Like
gonna see if
you didn't have to upgrade your ticket for it?
no. They were on all the seats already before.
Hmm. That's interesting. Okay. Cool. I'd like to, yeah, I'd be curious if that's something going forward or how does that work?
I don't know. I think it might be based on like the arena's technology.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So they have like some kind of sensory, like, or remote thing like that.
yeah. So it was really dope to see that. Um, that was just a really cool aspect of it all. The stage was really dope. Like I said, they didn't just have like a normal ramp. They had the video ramp underneath for when you walked out. So made for some cool pic. It looked really good on video. Kind of hard to get on pictures because they used the high ramp,
Mm.
like the old WCW style one.
Some of these arenas, man, they are up in their game.
Dude,
It's
it's just
insane.
it's all technology based now. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
The show itself was fantastic. Some highlights. Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, fantastic match. That was a quick one. It was like only 8 minutes, but that was a 5 minute match only, but still very well done. The tag team match, Hangman and Kenny versus the Bucks, 30-minute fucking classic. One of the best tag matches I've seen in years.
Really?
Like,
Okay.
super well done. So many different crazy spots, and the crowd was just into it the entire time.
Nice, man. Very cool.
Yeah. MJF and Cody was a fantastic one. That one went almost like 25 minutes.
Who won?
That was MJF did. He cheated. He used the Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal ring that he won and punched Cody in the face to get the win when Wardlow was distracting the ref on that one.
He's a real piece of shit, isn't he?
He's garbage.
Nate, how many times did you ref an MJF match?
Let me check my notes. Probably like 4 or 5.
Did you ref the him and Jake, the title change?
Yes.
AAW.
He did. He was in the ring. I remember that.
That was exciting. That was a great moment.
I did that one and the match that Max had right before that, and there was him and Colt. Not for the tournament, but the baseball match.
Oh, the original match.
Yeah, I did that one.
That was the baseball thing was funny.
It's crazy now that Colt's in AEW.
Yeah.
So when he had his official announcement that he was all elite, MJF just did a thumbs down post.
Uh-huh.
And then everyone's like, "You fucking respect your father."
We did I forget that we even did like the blood test thing at Bourbon Street, remember?
We did the Mari test with Ace Ramiro, and then we did the train station thing.
I was just saying, how about him flipping off that kid at C2E2?
Dude, so this is okay. So Max when Max does media, Max does not go out of character. He stays 100% in character. He did a news show.
As opposed to you calling him Max while talking about keeping him in character.
His name is Max.
Keep it MJF.
Maxwell Jacob Freeman, Max, MJF. Those are all his names.
Keep it MJF.
Oh my god, whatever.
Kayfabe, like that new show.
His name is Max.
Kayfabe show.
Like that new show, Kayfabe.
Yeah.
Kayfabe. I'm telling you, Kayfabe, and call him MJF.
Yeah, that Kayfabe show is like it feels like a Lucha Underground type thing.
Yeah, let's we gotta divert into that. Did you guys watch the trailer?
I did.
Yeah, they're asking for $400,000.
That's just for a pilot.
That's a lot, man.
They want it's like 4.5 million for a whole season, I believe.
Holy shit. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. I'm just
they got a great team behind it though. I gotta say, like the people they got involved are some big names, but it's like I don't know, man. That's where were they at? Like last I checked, they were only like $22,000.
Let me see. I'm gonna check right now.
They have Dave Sahadi on it.
I know. Dave Sahadi, Jimmy Jacobs. They got a bunch of
They're at 53,000.
In how many days?
33 days left to go. The project's been alive for 2 days now.
I mean, it's not bad. Their pace isn't bad, really.
But I mean, like, the thing is with these type of Kickstarter campaigns, if you don't have that initial like strong start, it's possible. I'm not saying it's not possible, but they have to do a lot of campaigning. Like there has to be advertisement from everybody consistently for this to be funded. Like it seems like a cool idea, and the people who are involved. I mean, you have Christy HEMI, Amy Dumas, and Gail Kim all behind this, who are all strong, smart women in wrestling who I look up to and respect and all that stuff. But it's like, where is the place in right now for another wrestling show?
Yeah, and the thing with this one, it's not a wrestling show.
It's half wrestling, half TV show, half like it's like part real stories with wrestling's still part of it.
You can't have three halves.
I know, that's why I stopped. I didn't say half. That's why I stopped myself, and that's why I said part, because I caught myself on that one. Like, it's a cool idea, but damn, like I don't feel like there's that hunger or need for another wrestling show from the fans. If this was a year ago, I think this could have gotten funded.
I also think, though, however, I think looking at the success of Glow, they're like, well, Glow was a big hit, and it's like a show about wrestling. That's what they're going for.
Glow's actually ending after this season.
Is it really? Oh.
Yeah. It was like, it's not being canceled. It's like being ended. Netflix shows rarely get past 3 to 4 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's only so much you can do. I mean, Glow does seem like the type of show you can keep going with, though.
Glow was trash this last season, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm like 2 episodes.
Come on, man.
Oh, dude, this season was horrible.
Are you watching?
No,
you watching it?
I like. Yeah.
Vegas. They're in Vegas.
I wasn't
a
fan.
I'm like 2 into this one. 2 episodes into Vegas.
Yeah, I wasn't into this season like the first 2 seasons.
I thought, yeah.
I think it's great.
First season was good.
First season was fantastic.
It also was that the original Glow, like the actual series of Glow in the 80s, I think when it went to Vegas is when it died as well. Like, that's when it was over, when it got to Vegas. So,
which is an interesting correlation.
Exactly. So, yeah, interesting. But going back to kayfabe, they got a month left to fund. I mean, it could be interesting to see it take off. It's just a matter of what is the market? What are they going for? I honestly think they're trying to shop it to like a Netflix or something. It would, especially if Glow is ending, it kind of fills that void, like a show about wrestling. So I don't know. We'll see. 50,000 in 2 days, not bad pace.
I mean, they're at 10%. They're about 10% into the campaign, and they're 10% funded. So I mean, if they keep that pace, it's good. I mean, I wish them all the best of luck, but I mean, it's just, I think there's too much wrestling right now. Like I said, if this was a year ago, I think this would have been funded.
Has anybody claimed the jacket off of Lita's back?
Yeah, I don't know if they did. She was saying it was like $700.
Wait, what?
She was literally selling her jacket. No, nobody has, Nate. She, in the ad, in like the little preview, she's like, I'll even give you the jacket off my back. I'll even make this one of the incentives. Like, if you want to fund this, I believe in it so much. And obviously autographed by Amy Dumas jacket. I wasn't kidding. Limited to 1 backer. You will be the proud owner of the jacket off my back. Autographed to you or not, it's your choice. $750.
Damn,
it's a lot. These $600. There's some expensive tiers on here. But guys, for $10,000, you can be an executive producer for $10,000.
The highest backer right now is at 50.
There's two $10,000 backers. That's crazy.
7,500 is the high. No, there's some 200s. There's one 400 backer, one $500 backer, and 500 looks like the highest backer at the moment.
Dude, it's crazy. The $600 tier is gone, but no, there's two.
There's one $600 tier gone.
It's one backer done. But there's two $10,000 backers. That's nuts. I wonder what the deal is with that.
Shit. There's 2 10,000. Damn.
That's some Chris Jericho shit, guys.
Executive producer credit.
Nuts. Nate, is that
Yeah.
you? Are you the $10,000 backer?
That's that's like taxes shit right there. If you give 10,000.
Crazy. It's Nate. It was Nate all along. Very nice. Very nice. Well, we'll see where it goes. I'm curious. Like it was intriguing to see what they're going for. I just don't know if there's that market for it though. I don't know, man. It seems wrestling is so niched. It's so segmented and niched.
And it's also saturated at the moment.
Very saturated. And it's like, but again, I truly feel they're going off of like the way Glow took off on Netflix with people who aren't wrestling fans. It was a show about the lives of people who were doing a wrestling show. That's a similar idea. So it could be cool. Yeah, it could be something. But it goes to show you guys how expensive it is to produce one episode of a television show. $400,000. That's insanity. Insanity. I mean, even like wrestling shows, I mean, I think the last price tag I saw, it cost $1 million to do an episode of Raw. $1 million fucking dollars to do an episode of Raw.
I remember hearing it was 500,000 an episode for Impact when they were live.
Impact. Exactly. So imagine what it is now for AEW doing it. They're probably doing $500,000 for an episode.
Yeah, because I mean, freaking WWE has an insane stage and so much more production and all that shit.
Can you guys imagine $1 million to put one 3-hour show on?
And they do that twice. So think about the Fox one. So that's $104 million a year on Raw and SmackDown. And then I don't know how much NXT probably cost way less, but it's still a few $100,000.
Sure. But that's why I'm saying, like, people aren't, they're like, oh, AEW got $45 million. Like, dude, that covers putting the show on. You know what I'm saying? Like, the show's $500,000, roughly, let's say. If Raw's $1 million, I gotta imagine AEW is $500,000.
I mean, Impact was $500,000.
Impact $500,000 10 years ago almost, right? So think about that. I'm even gonna say, let's say $500,000 today.
I think conservatively, it's safe to say $500,000.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. $45 million is budgeted to cover you able to produce a show for TNT. You know what I mean? Like here's your money. You make sure you deliver the show. Now you got to make profit on top of that. It's not an easy game. Big television is not an easy game at all.
No.
It's very challenging. That's what I'm saying. Like people got very excited ahead of it. It's like, dude, they still got to turn a lot here, and there's a lot to do. Like WWE, like $1 million to WWE is nothing.
But we were also comparing. You and I were also comparing AEW's ratings to the NBA's ratings.
And they're so different. They're so similar in a sense.
They're very similar. So It's not, everyone's like, well, they're not doing 3-4 million, but it's like for a brand that didn't exist a year ago and for a TV show that didn't exist 4 months ago.
But the difference is the NBA has a bigger reach. NBA has
much bigger reach.
That's the thing. So the NBA is worth more from a reach standpoint. Nate, are you still on this damn show? What the hell happened to you?
Yeah. I just
Nate tunes out when we talk numbers.
Yeah, I have no dog in this hunt.
Ironically, you're a referee and you tune out when we talk numbers.
Because he doesn't know how to count past 2.
Not 2. He still has to do count outs at certain promotions. Nate, are you a fan of the 10 count or the 20 count? I hate the 20 count. I think it's bullshit.
Do you?
I hate that. I'm like 20 count. Come on, anybody can recover from a 20 count. Give me 10. That's where risk is involved.
I like it because you can do more with it.
Yeah, but there's no risk. I want risk. I want stakes, Nate.
I think it. I've got to show it to you where it works well, where you'll then take it and be like, you know what? people who do it with 10, because you'll do a pile driver through a table on the outside, and people will get up after 10. It's not as simple as 20.
I see what you mean. Yeah. Nate, can you start yelling your numbers like Todd Sinclair?
I thought I'd already do, but I'll try harder.
I just like the way Todd Sinclair yells them. It just sounds so like it makes me like, it gets me caught up in the moment so much. I'm like, oh my god, oh shit.
Yeah, Todd's great.
He is great. Have you met him?
I have.
Great dude, isn't he? He's like the nicest guy.
He's fantastic. I actually picked him up at at the hotel one time for a Ring of Honor show, and it was him, Kevin Kelly, and Delirious. And Kevin Kelly was super nice. Delirious didn't say much, and Todd Sinclair and I just talked shit about Bobby Cruise all day long.
I ran into the Briscoes in a 7-Eleven one time, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's Briscoes!" Took a picture, and I'm leaving, and they're like getting in his van. I'm like, "All right, guys, see ya." There's a bunch of people in the van, and one of them is a maskless Delirious, because he's like, "See ya." Fuck. I'll never forget that, because he was like, "All right, man, see ya." Fuck. Fucking Delirious. Did he have his mask on when you picked him up?
He did not.
I heard he was for a while. I heard he was really serious about it, and he was like wearing it everywhere.
I could see that.
Kayfabe style. All right. Anyway, we have detracted here, big time. All right. Let's. So Basil, you talked about the live show. Anything else to add to the to what was the show?
To Revolution.
Revolution.
Yeah. So there's two more matches I do want to talk about. There was Pac versus Orange Cassidy, and Orange fucking tried. It's a very, very big deal that Orange tried, because he fucking killed it in this match. Because you know about Orange Cassidy's gimmick, correct?
I know the gimmick. Have they explained the gimmick? What's the reason behind it?
Oh, they don't. No. You don't need to explain it. Like, the fans get it.
But what's the reason for him being this way?
You don't need to know.
I don't understand. What does that mean?
Like, that's the whole. Like, Orange is just him. Like, that's just his personality. He's very chilled, laid back. But dude, easily he's the most over guy right now in AEW.
It seems like for sure.
I feel like they have explained it. He's lazy.
Yeah, like, that's why I'm saying, like, oh, he's gonna try, like, he's gonna go, like, he's gonna actually put effort in, and he did in this match.
I still am shocked that he was one of the ants.
Wait.
Don't do it.
What? Don't do it? Is this not known?
No.
Are you serious? I thought this is this is out there.
No.
Oh well, shit.
Yeah. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
All right. All right. Well, I have a picture of it with him in a former life. I can say that.
I do too.
Yeah, it was at an ROH show too, and when I found this out, I was like, "What?" No, here's one thing I wanted to clarify. You guys can tell me this.
Okay.
I just learned he was doing this gimmick before AEW. He's been doing this for a bit.
Oh, he's been doing this for years. So, like, when I first saw this gimmick when I went to Lost in New York back in like 2018. That was like Marco's debut at GCW. And I saw him, and I was like, and I didn't know anything about his gimmick, and I saw him come out, and I was like, okay. And I didn't get it at first, and then he just like kind of turns it up, and I was like, okay, I get it now. This is dope. This is fun. And then I just kept watching more and more. And I actually saw this video. I don't know, Nate, if you've seen it, where it kind of like shows his whole character progression from like years ago to now.
Is that the thing that Kenny? Is that the thing that Kenny did?
Kenny.
It's like this music video. It's like it's like an MV.
Oh, okay. Because I think he's the what's the word? The centerpiece of a video that and I forget his last name, Kenny. The Evolve video doc
guy. I know who you're talking about. I don't know. It might have been, but I just saw the video on its own on Twitter, and it's really cool to see. Trent, I'll actually send it. I'll send it to you because I think you'll gain appreciate. He's a very good wrestler, and it's smart because it's almost like it only happens on the indies. It only happened for the first few minutes, and then he actually gets into a real wrestling match. But like it's his
not always.
Not always, but most of the time he did.
What I'll give it for sure is it is very different. It's extremely different, and and again in today's day and age when it's nearly impossible to be different, to find something that stands out so much to the left, and I think is a unique ability. I admire that he developed something so off the wall that you can't help but pay attention to it, and that's again, I always go back, guys. How do you get casuals? And I can see this as a gimmick where a casual fan, and I actually have a friend who's a casual fan whose new girlfriend is into this, and she took him to that pay-per-view. And that's the one guy him and his other casual friends who talked about. Yeah. Because to them, it was like, what the fuck is this? It's so weird. Like, again, like the wrestling, see the perception now, because the onions been peeled back like so big on this. Everybody's like, all right, the matches are fucking fake. Whatever. Nobody cares. Their matches are fake. The casual guy thinking they're not real. What's going to capture, like always, though, is a unique character. But at this point, a very unique character. And this was something like my buddy's like, dude, that's the one guy we all talked about on the way home. And I was like, you need half a roster full of that. That's what does it. Is fresh ideas. Like I find it very interesting. I find that the fact that he came up with this and was able to create something that's become a huge hit, very admirable in that sense. It's wacky, it's goofy, but it's definitely different, and you need different in today's wrestling climate, no doubt.
Yeah, I love it. I think he's awesome. I love the match. I know there was a match he had in Beyond with David Starr.
Oh, yes.
It's unreal how amazing that match is, both like action and storytelling wise. And the thing is, like you were saying, Trent, he's different, and he can build his matches differently, based on like. So the thing is, he can legitimately wrestle, but the character doesn't want to until he's pushed to a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly wanted more of that in this match with Pac, but I thought it was very, very, very good.
It was a fantastic match, and it made him even more over. And this is also to note, he's the only person on the AEW roster who has his own commercial for AEW.
Has his own commercial?
Yeah. So he had like everybody else just has like a montage type thing with everybody like in ring, but he's like the only one that is in a commercial by himself.
Again, goes back to if you're the network, who's the one guy on the roster that you're looking at? Like who's making the people in the office who can give a shit that wrestling's on their network? Who's the one guy that they got that's making some of those people go, what the fuck? What is that? What's this guy doing? That's what it takes. I'm telling you, it always, like, historically, it's the crossover guy. Who is your crossover guy?
It's fantastic because so he's so lazy where he's sitting like on the floor, like floor seats, and they tell like this, like Atlas security comes up to him and tells him to get up and leave, but instead of him walking out to the aisle, he just starts walking over each row of chairs. And and then they break it up in between with the Dynamite theme song and then like random moves happening in between and the whole commercial's going on and he's still just walking over and then security comes up to him again to go into the aisleway and then he goes back into the middle and then walks over again. When I saw it the first time, everybody popped when they showed it before it aired.
It's really funny.
Oh, it's so good.
What's Nate? What's with the name? Do you know anything about the name? Where did that come from? It's interesting.
The name Cassidy?
Yeah, like what's like? Is there anything to the name? It's a strange name. Is there anything? Did he explain the name?
I think. Yeah, I'm not sure.
He doesn't talk, right?
No, he talks. He's just.
Oh, he does talk. Okay.
He's just lazy and doesn't want to.
He's talked very, very little. That I remember I recorded a Thanksgiving bit with him and best friends, and the one line he said like went viral because it was like a Thanksgiving thing. He was wearing a turkey outfit, and then they were like saying like, "Oh, gobble gobble," and he goes, "Gobble gobble, everyone," or something. I forgot what he said. Or he just went something gobble gobble, and then everyone just cut that bit and just started using that as like a reply type thing during Thanksgiving.
If you go on YouTube, he did an interview with Hannibal TV, and his response to every question was just one word answers.
Yeah. Okay.
Like what? Oh, like that.
Yeah. Sure.
Jesus.
Yep. Cool.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. I find it's so different, and credit to him for coming up with something different because it's definitely not easy to come up with that nowadays. We'll see. They continue to book it right. It can turn into something pretty nice.
Whatchamacallit, do you know what the thing that Trent was referring to is on his Wikipedia?
It's out there, man.
Is it?
There.
It is.
So, am I still not allowed to say it?
Just say it. It's on his Wikipedia. If it's on there, that's fine.
It's out there, man. He was one of the ants in the colony in Chicago.
He was fire ant.
He was fire ant. Blows my mind because I'm like, that's when I found out, I was like, what? This guy? So fun. Huh?
Honestly, I will probably forever put him in like my top 10 of wrestlers just because he was playing both characters at the same time, sometimes on the same show. And just the idea that like you watch Fire Ant wrestle and he's an insanely good professional wrestler. And he goes so far, so fast. And then the exact opposite of that is Orange Cassidy. And
I missed the slow motion bomb spot, the grenade spot.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
But like one of my favorite actors is Christopher Maloney because he's insanely versatile on multiple different projects at the exact same time. He was doing Law and Order SVU at the same so he's like putting away murderers and child rapists and everything. And he's putting them behind bars at the same exact time he was filming Oz, where he was a sociopathic murderer. And so he was the exact opposite character on two different shows. And then in the middle of that, filmed Wet Hot American Summer.
That's funny. Wow.
And that, I just love that sort of versatility in a performer. And that's
you being an actor as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's part of what I love about Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, definitely interesting. Very, very different, I gotta say. Well, cool. All right. I didn't know he's been doing this character since 2009. Holy shit.
Yeah, he was in a stable in Chikara called the Gentleman's Club with Chuck Taylor and the Legal Eagle, Drew Gulak, and the Swamp Monster.
I may have seen it at the Orange Cassidy thing at some point on a Chikara show that I went to, so I'm not even remembering, but I definitely seen Fire Ant, that's for sure. Oh, cool. It does have a very Chikara feel to it, I guess, in that sense. Cool, man. All right. Very nice. Very nice. So, Baz, overall, good weekend? Fun time?
Good. We still got one more match.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
We got the main event. We got Jon Moxley and Chris Jericho. It's a fantastic, brutal match. Went into the crowd. I actually was able to get some good crowd shots for that because I was doing some roaming photos. That was fun. Inner Circle got involved. Moxley picked up the win. Had a good speech afterwards. Like a good new era for AEW. So to ring in, this is their second champion now.
What happened to them pushing Hangman to this title? What happened there?
Hangman is tag team champions with Kenny Omega.
Okay.
So they're doing a whole story, like that's a whole other storyline thing because Hangman quit the Elite, but is like keeps getting forced into it against his will, and now he's teaming with Omega, and he's kind of healing it up in the matches themselves, or more like afterwards. He heals it up, and then afterwards they're all trying to shake hands, and he blows them off, and he doesn't want anything to do with the Elite themselves. So he's not a fan of the Elite themselves and wants to just kind of do his own thing. So, but him and Kenny make a very good tag team.
Cool.
I like their finish.
Oh, it was a fantastic finish.
No, I mean I like their tag team finish.
Oh yeah, the with the top and bottom thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, very well done.
Nice, man. Very cool. Speaking of Chikara, Nate, you'd appreciate this. My favorite Chikara names, because they had great names for characters. My favorite Chikara names were Blaster McMassive,
Yep.
Flex Rumble Crunch, and Max Smashmaster.
Yep. The Devastation Corporation.
Devastation Corporation. They're in the Wrecking Crew, right? And they go at the Wrecking Crew at one point too.
Yeah, well, those three guys were the Devastation Corporation, and they were inside of the Wrecking Crew, which also had Jaka and who else was in it?
The Wrecking Crew, man, Devastation.
I remember.
Weren't they managed by Sidney Bacabella?
They were. Who is also known as Joey Eastman.
Joey Eastman is Joey Eastman, AAW fixture, man, at one time. Still friends, still part of the fam, apparently. I don't talk to him. Danny talks to him pretty regularly. But I think he lives on the East Coast now.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah. I think he's a Boston guy now. Does Joey Eastman used to get flown in for Shimmer announcing at one time? Does he still do that or no?
I don't think so.
Man, the old days of the Indies, boys. The old times. All right, cool. All right, so that was your AEW experience. Very nice, Basil. Let's talk. We got two more things I want to talk about before we wrap up here. So Nate, you've been doing some training. Let's talk about this. We're gonna put this out there. We decided it's okay. It's fine. So there's a school now in the city proper. And Nate, you've been trained just to brush up some skills. Because Nate, you were originally trained by the OI4K Academy, right, in Dayton.
Yes.
Chris and Sammy and everybody, the whole Ohio crew. And
very nice.
They proudly call themselves a cult.
It's true.
It is true. But now you're brushing up here because when was the last time you went out to Dayton for any kind of training?
It would have been February of last year, I think. No, sorry, February of 20.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, February of 2019.
Yeah, but it's been a while, and like you were telling us before we started that you need to be in a ring regularly, not just shows, in order to keep your skills up. So,
Yeah.
go ahead and talk about this new opportunity and what's it allowed you and where it's at, what it is. Hit it.
Yeah. So I've been going to the Freelance Wrestling Academy on Mondays and Wednesdays, and my my thing in general has always been I'm going to do whatever anybody asks me. If the if it's rolling, if it's a bunch of squats and jumping jacks, if it's a drill of some sort, if it's going in and taking a hip toss, like if the trainer looks at me and says, "Hey, get in there and do this," and like I feel confident that I'm not going to hurt anybody, then I'm going to go in and do it. If they want me to sit something out because they feel like it's not necessary for me to do it, then I will sit it out. But if they don't say anything, then I'm going to go in and do it. So like today I was doing like arm drags and what else were we doing?
Were you doing the arm drags or taking them?
Both.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So like it's stuff that I don't necessarily need to, like I won't use, but it's always good stuff to have.
It never hurts to know and know what it feels like and whatnot, right? Like it's just good to know this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the baseline of every person's training should be train like a wrestler and then move on from there.
Very cool. Nice. Very cool. So, I mean, how'd it go? Like, how's it been going so far? How many weeks have you been doing this?
I would have to look at my calendar, because they had to move out of their space for a little while, and they moved back in at the beginning of this month. And so I went Monday, Wednesday at the beginning of February, and then I had to work the rest of the month. But then I was there Monday, Wednesday of this week. And I think, I don't remember. I think I can go next week. But then I go to, no, next week I have to go to Miami for work. So I go when I can is the unfortunate way things are right now. And I would like to change that and make it more, but working nights and weekends is hard sometimes.
All right, well, that's fair enough. But are you finding the benefit of it? Like being in the ring more? Like, is it? I mean, I imagine this feels good. You're like, cool. Like, I'm not just in the ring for shows. I'm moving around. I'm getting exercise. I'm keeping my body loose, like flexible, keeping the skills sharp. Have you felt it already?
Yes, absolutely. You can obviously sit at home and think about it for hours, but it's completely different when you're in there. There's just certain things that I've wanted to work on that I've never gotten the chance before or after a show. And it's not really stuff that you can talk through with somebody. Like you can ask a mentor or something about it, and they're like, well, maybe try this, but like to be able to be in a ring and work stuff out with people, and to be able to do that, 2 days a week after week is invaluable.
Nice. Very cool, man. Very cool. That's good. I'm glad you're having fun with that. That's good stuff.
Basil, it's a wonderful facility. They've really done a lot in a short period of time, and there's still a lot more to come. But they're making giant strides, but like smart giant strides at the same time. Mm-hmm. And it's really exciting stuff going on.
Well, we needed a school in Chicago, like proper, right? We didn't really have one. Basil, what was it? We had Gali. Gali had a training school, and then there was CSW, right? And I think was CSW in the burbs or in the city?
CSW's in the burbs. They still do training.
Yeah.
But the Gali thing kind of died off a little bit more so when they moved and they were out of 5 star and then they went back in, but that kind of like made um it just was like inconsistent, and then they moved to the freelance, like a lot of those guys moved to the freelance thing and all that stuff, so
Right. Well, cool. I got school in Chicago. It's nice. Obviously, it's Freelancers Association, so they're going to, be working with those guys primarily first. I'm sure they'll be featured on freelance shows and whatnot. So very cool. Nate, keep your, definitely let us know if you see any stars in there who someone to look out for, who people should keep their eye open for. You've seen. There's always that one guy or girl in these schools, and there's like, oh man, guys, that's the it factor right there. Is getting those breakouts. So let us know. We should keep our eyes open for, so we can steal them. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Tough room.
Tough room indeed.
Oof.
I guess I will. No, I'm just in general, just like somebody looks good. Who should we watch out for? But cool.
I think it's just good with how much wrestling's in Chicago. There should be a training facility in Chicago.
You need one. Yeah, you need one. Definitely did not have a good. And people would ask AEW all the time, where should we go? And our affiliated ones are Black and Brave, House of Truth, and then the OI4K, but none of them are near here at all. Like closest one is, 3 hours. So it's hard to say. So at least you have an option. If you live in Chicago, there's an option for one to go to. So very nice. All right, cool, guys. One more thing I want to touch on. Then before we get out of here, I am slowly turning into the Jeremy Borash of AAW, doing a little bit of everything, and I have been given my own show, gentlemen. I got my own show.
Yay!
It's called Redefined. It's gonna be like a kind of like the Control Center thing that WWF used to do, with the recap and cut to the clip, come back, talk about it.
AEW actually does that right now. They actually have a show called Control Center.
Control Center.
Yeah, literally.
So yeah, but we're taking more of an artistic monologue type approach of things. So it's cool. We're doing a little more direct, a little more one-on-one, me talking to you guys right into the camera, kind of up close and personal, maybe a little sensual, depending on the lighting. Could be a sexy little sexy display of wrestling recap. Maybe. I'll try. God damn it, this is a tough room today. You two are not reacting to anything I'm saying here. This makes it very hard.
We're listening to. We're so excited, Trent.
Chuckles.
It's funny.
Jesus. I need your pity laugh.
We were respectfully letting you speak your platform because this is something that means a lot to you. And I know
you're the one that turned it into a joke.
I tried.
Yeah, why are you turning your career into a joke? Is Rob Malinowski a joke to you?
No, never.
Are you sure? You want laughs? You want chuckles at your guys' hard work and dedication?
Don't even joke about that. Don't even joke about that.
Yeah, well then we're not gonna laugh.
No, but it is produced and directed by Rob Malinowski, the man himself. He's behind this. He's the concept guy, and we're working on this one together. It's gonna be a lot of fun, guys. I'm really excited about it. So I'm doing this in addition to the preview show of the show on show day, and then production of my normal producing and stuff. But this is cool. I'm excited about this. So should be debuting this week. I'll let you guys know and definitely give me your feedback. It's gonna be a nice little venture. It's funny because I actually we posted it on AAW LinkedIn, just been posting the videos on LinkedIn also just to have another feed for it. And I put this one up, the trailer, and I shared it. And dude, the HR girl at work today was like, "Oh my God, this popped up in my LinkedIn. So cool." I'm like, "Oh shit. This is the world, worlds crossing. like the world's officially crossed. Then I'm like waiting for the elevator, and my old boss is like, "Hey, I saw this thing. You're in wrestling." I'm like, "Oh shit, this is too close. This is too close now. The two worlds are officially intersecting." And it's like, do they understand it? Are they questioning it? Are they thinking about what the hell I'm doing? What's going through their head? What's the HR girl thinking? That's the one I fear the most. It's like, she's like, oh, is he working nights? Is he moonlighting as a wrestling host? What's happening with this guy? Fire him. He's done. He's done. It's about to happen. But no, that's it. Yeah, so keep an eye, guys. I'm going to have that out pretty soon, and take a look. Let me know what you think. It'll be cool. I am excited. I'm excited to be a part of it. And Rob was very happy with it. That's, Rob is intimidating. He's an authority figure. I don't want to upset him. He might kill me. But so I wanted to make sure he was proud of me. And when he said it was good, I said I felt a lot better. I figured I'd live to see another show. So at least I bought myself a couple weeks. So we'll see how it goes, gentlemen. All right. Guys, I think that'll do it. It wasn't a terrible amount to talk or recap. It was more of a shoot-around session for us today. So I'm glad we got to do it. That's fun. Let's wrap it up. It's late here. We're already into tomorrow. We've crossed the border into the next day. So let's go ahead and get these things wrapped up. Nate, where can people find you to book you and personal appearances, hang out with them, have tea maybe with them? You do like tea.
I do like tea.
You do. Where can people find you to do that?
Do they have tea at your work restaurant?
They do. We'll be having tea. Yes.
They can find me on Twitter and Instagram at referee Nate at referee Nate Speckman. No, ref Nate. I don't know.
There's two ats. Do you not know?
They can find me on Twitter at. Yeah, no, there's just one at.
Okay, one at.
I'm very tired.
Can you even have two ats? Is that possible?
I don't think so.
I don't think you can. I'm thinking about changing my Twitter name too, boys. While you're looking that up, Nate.
You're gonna get rid of Vanilla Joke?
Vanilla Joke might go. Might just go to full name. Time to go, man. Twitter and Insta might have to change.
Wow.
I was still. Yeah, I know. I was. So I was. Nate, have you confirmed yours? I want to get Nate to confirm his Twitter handle first before I go into this.
Instagram makes it really hard to find. Hang on.
You can't find yourself on Instagram.
At ref Nate Speckman.
There it is. Okay, guys, give him a follow. Book him. Nate's a great referee. Been on TV. The freaking star. Total star.
Trent.
Yeah, I'm serious. He's a star. In a very short amount of time, mind you, Nathan.
I'm not a star.
You've done really well for yourself, kid. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be all right. I put it out there to see, like, hey, besides broken links that people tweet you at, if you change your Twitter handle, what other pain in the ass comes with it? And I was told by Tyler Prince Petty, Tyler Edwards, told me, he tweeted at me and he said that if you change your Twitter handle, all your old mentions that are to your old handle also your new handle gets added to the mention.
It does.
You knew about that? I didn't know about this. That's fascinating.
So if you change it, it's because now the replies don't, remember how when you used to reply, your name used to be within the tweet?
Yeah.
Now it's not for those super older tweets. Those all kind of go away. But when they switched to the new system, when you replied and they automatically put your name, your new Twitter handle will link to that.
Yeah, he was saying that, like, he was saying, like, okay, let's say right now if you guys tweet me at Vanilla Joke, and I change it tomorrow, it'll now change to at Vanilla Joke and at Trenzaberry, whatever is what it was. So Tyler showed me a screenshot of his, and it just added a second handle to the old handle. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That's really fascinating. It's really good technology to add that. But so basically then the only thing that you're caught up with as a pain in the ass, quote unquote, is your domain. If you've linked the domain anywhere, twitter.com/whatever will be dead. Like, that actual domain will be dead. And if somebody else were to claim that name, that's what would happen. So I'm thinking like the trick would be you change your name, get the new domain, and then go and like reclaim that other one somehow, under a different email address or something. I don't know. It's weird. But something about doing that, but I haven't done it yet. And then yeah, Instagram too, same thing. I was like, oh, just make a new Instagram that's like public with the name. I don't know. Crazy. Maybe I'll do a public Instagram that's new. We might go that route. We'll see, guys. It's a whole hard decision. But in the meantime, follow me at Vanilla Joke on Instagram and Twitter, or HEMI Music, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Get a hold of me there, guys, and connect. Say hello. Basil, where can they find you?
Find me on Twitter and Instagram at BZ. That's a B, 2 E's, 4 Z's, and a Y, and I'm not changing it. It's too late. But yeah, that's about it. And then all my photos are at basilmahmood.com, BASILMAHMUD.com.
Very nice. Guys, you can also follow the show at the BSB Show on Facebook, Twitter, and wait a minute, hold on. We're in March. It's March 5th right now. We're recording this. Is the Instagram ready yet?
There were some technical difficulties. There were some updates that were happening. So next week
on the Instagram, we're almost, I think for spring, we're going to have it. Spring is going to bring Instagram favor to the Backstage Boys podcast. Very nice. Okay. We got that out of the way. Guys, don't forget you can follow this show or listen to this show wherever podcasts are found. Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, YouTube. Rate, review, subscribe. Just search for the Backstage Boys podcast. It'll come right up. Let us know what you think. Give us your feedback on all the episodes. We do full show reviews, AAW detailed reviews. We did some freelance stuff as well. Warrior, anything the three of us are at, along with stuff going on in and around those shows, we'll review it, break it down, weekly show. So let us know what you think. Remember, it's this is an insiders podcast by three guys who work in the business who are still fans. So it's a backstage view from a fan's perspective. Can I say that? Does that make sense?
You can.
All right, let's go with that. I'm trying to think of a cool tagline for this show. And then Nate called me out the other day. And I was like, no, Nate, we're fans and we work in the business. Both. Damn it. Nate's falling asleep on me. I cannot get a reaction on this guy today. All right. I'm struggling with Nate. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you for saying hello. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Remember to check us out on all the social media platforms and podcasting platforms. Give a listen. This has been episode number 61. We appreciate it. We will talk to you guys next week. Say goodbye, both of you.
Bye.
Bye.